All right, good morning, traders. Today is June 27th, 2024. Thank you for being here, everybody in the BYOB trading room and everybody out there in digital land. I'm talking about Rumble, Facebook, YouTube. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and being a part of my Facebook group. My SPY pivot this morning does not remain. It's a new one. It's 544.50. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SPY closed with a 2-hour uptrend and a 10-minute uptrend. SPY, Diamond Dow, FNGU, and the NASDAQ, QQQ, are all in uptrends while IWM remains in a downtrend. SPY, QQQ made higher lows and higher highs, closing inside bullish traps over the 17 EMAs. FNGU made a higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap and over the rising 17 EMA. Boy, it sounds the same way, doesn't it? IWM made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bearish trap under the falling 17 EMA. Diamond Dow made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bullish trap but over the curling 17 EMA. Gold is in an uptrend. Silver's in a downtrend. Gold's in an uptrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing below a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. Silver started a new downtrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing below the bearish trap under the 17 EMA. USO and UNG remain in uptrends. USO made a lower high and a lower low, closing inside the bullish trap over the 17 EMA, while UNG made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. Okay, here's the big one here. US dollar index, still in an uptrend, closed near the 106 area. Starting to look like US dollar wants to go challenge that prior high. So we'll see what happens here. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. Enough of that. Crank this up. Move this down. Pull up the SPY. All right, so the SPY, for the daily chart on the SPY. Let's just pick something else. Well, we'll get to it after. All right, daily candle. Got a... Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Higher low, higher high, closing. Looks like inside a bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. Okay, so there's SPY on the daily time frame. On the 2-hour. On the 2-hour, we closed with a bullish 2-hour uptrend. On the 10-minute, we closed with a 10-minute uptrend. Okay, so 2-hour, 10-minute, and daily, all in uptrends. SPY pivot this morning is 544.50. Let's move that up right about there. Okay, so we break below this base that's kind of quasi-created right there. I think we're looking at coming down to 540. We do have GDP coming out this morning. I do expect it to be good. From the looks of this pitch of these higher lows right through here, I think the market expects it to be good as well. We have been trapped underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP. We seem to get up there and then kind of get rejected. Like whack-a-mole here, all right? You go up and then whack-a-mole and it comes down. You go up and then all of a sudden the kid takes out the mallet and then whack-a-mole it comes down. You go up, comes down, go up, comes down. You see the pattern? All right, so now GDP's coming. I think there's a possibility we finally get through and past the little kid playing whack-a-mole with the mallet. That's what I think. We've been up there. We've tested this multiple times. We've held the zone over this consolidation, okay? We've got consolidation here, okay? And what do I say is bullish? When price consolidates over prior consolidation. So take that, move it down here, and then I'll just slide it all the way over. And you can see pretty much all of this consolidation is over the shaded green. All right, so that's bullish. Not to mention, I can see the pitch coming up. And it's like they do this before all of these, not all of them, but recently, since this uptrend, every major economic announcement, and I'm talking like FOMC, Mr. Powell speaking for the most part, GDP, when they come out, it seems as though the market gets a lift-off and a rally to the upside to make new highs. Okay, so this one produced a new high. So I'm looking for this one to produce a breakout and probably a new high. We'll see. So SPY, so that's GDP coming out in 24 minutes. We'll see what happens. Now, it worked last time. I said they're probably going to jack it up coming into the announcement. And then lo and behold, they did. And we got new highs. So I'm kind of looking for the same thing to happen again, because it's been a repeatable event ever since they've started this uptrend. Every major event, economic announcement, they just seem to jack it up going into it, and then all of a sudden they just take off to new highs. So there's SPY on the 10-minute chart. So you can see in the pre-market right now we have a 10-minute downtrend. It's not much of a downtrend. It's still over VWAP. So again, everything should go haywire in about 23 minutes. All right, so we'll see what happens. Let's go to QQQ. All right, QQQ on the daily chart. Yesterday's price action, higher low, higher high, closing inside bullish trap over the 17 EMA, still in an uptrend. FNGU had a great day yesterday, higher low, higher high, closing over bullish trap over the 17 EMA. FNGU still in an uptrend. Diamond Dow, lower high, lower low, closing under bullish trap, but over the 17 EMA, still in an uptrend. Okay, they broke this high. That puts them in an uptrend. So they made a higher low and a higher high. IWM, still in a downtrend. See the downtrend line? Still caught underneath this downtrend. When is it ever going to turn around? We'll find out. All right, yesterday's price action, lower high, lower low, closing, excuse me, under bearish trap, under the 17 EMA. Still in a downtrend. We need these small caps and mid caps to turn around, all right? I know we got like probably 9 stocks, big mega caps, tech is carrying the load, okay, to the market to new highs. All by itself. It's like Atlas, you know, holding up the world. All right, but we got like 7,000, 10,000 other stocks here that could participate, and you can see they're all still they're not all still in a downtrend, but you can see as a group, all right, they're moving in the wrong direction. They're moving south, all right, whereas the other 9 are moving north. And the only reason they were able to get the market up that high is because they're so heavily weighted in the SPY and the QQQ. So there's IWM, all right, still melting right there. So still in a downtrend. Take a look at the technicals, okay, you can see yesterday's price action. We camped out at the drive-in yet again in the sell zone, all right, and then I guess we got drunk and tripped and fell into the seller's chop zone. Not sure what happened there, but we did make a higher low. It's a good sign. I said they probably would jack it up, starting to get near GDP with the excitement for GDP. So there's T21, 22, camping out for the most part in the sell zone, and then finally meandering our way into the seller's chop zone. T2123 is caught underneath this falling 200 SMA, like a force field from the Death Star. Okay, so here we are. We came through, we melted through there, and then we melted through the upper third, and then we melted through, guess what, the midpoint, and then we melted through the lower third, and now we're stuck in quadrant 1 underneath this falling 200 SMA. We need this to be on the other side of this red line. All right, that would be, see, like this, that was good. Okay, that was real good. All right, so if we go back and we look at, if you look at the prior highs, see we made a lower high here. So, excuse me, whenever they make a lower high, the market tends to want to retest the prior low. See, failure to make a higher high, market will pretty much turn around and try to retest the prior low or make a lower low. I don't know which mission they're on, but I don't like it. All right, so there's a 15-minute chart of T2123. Let's take a look at the 3-bar chart. It's going to look the same way. Still red. No Death Star here, but they did melt through this rising 200 SMA. Again, they're stuck in quadrant 1, getting ready to challenge these prior lows. FNGU. Yesterday had a whopper day, nice day, green from beginning to end of day. Nice consolidating over this rising 200 SMA. I love that. That's what I kind of asked for, and I got. I don't always get what I want, but you can see that's what it needed to do to kind of stay bullish. So you can see almost an inverse head and shoulders setting up here. This being the head, this would be the left shoulder. Excuse me, and this would be the right shoulder right here. So you can see FNGU still bullish. All right, still bullish after all of this. Again, you can see FNGU consolidating on top of that, right? That flat 200 there. So nice work on the FNGU. All right, let's go back and take a look at some sectors. We'll run through these quick. Okay, silver. Let's start off with precious metals. Okay, silver was in the flaky uptrend. All right, and you can see they beat the low. So they made a lower low, so they're back in the downtrend. All right, so the flaky uptrend is over, and silver's back in a downtrend. Got a lower high, lower low, closing under bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. Silver now in a downtrend. Gold's still in the flaky uptrend. All right, gold didn't break this low right here. All right, so gold, same thing as silver, lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap, under the 17 EMA. Gold still in that flaky uptrend. Silver in the downtrend. All right, let's take a look at energy. We'll start off with USO. So here's USO. USO in an uptrend ever since it broke these two highs right here, making a higher high. Okay, so USO in an uptrend. Bull flag consolidation, three candle hold. I love that. Look for this to possibly break out and test the breakdown candle right here. See this peak right here? This is the breakdown candle. Look for it to test that breakdown candle probably today or tomorrow or not sometime next week. So we got a 3 candle hold. Price action for yesterday, lower high, lower low. Closing inside the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. USO in an uptrend. UNG also still in an uptrend. Yesterday's price action, lower high, lower low. closing underneath bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. UNG in an uptrend still. See, got the higher low and the equal high right there. So UNG still in an uptrend. All right, let's take a look at a few sectors real quick. SMH still in an uptrend till it breaks this low. All right, still in an uptrend until it breaks that low. All right, let's take a look. XLK, technology sector, still in an uptrend till it breaks this low right here. All right, unless they start setting new lower highs, all right, and then another create a higher low, and then they break that low, then they'll be in a downtrend. Okay, we haven't got a lower high yet, so they have to break this low. XLK, still in an uptrend. Burping. XLF. XLF is in an uptrend. Why? Because they beat these two highs right here. Yesterday's price action, lower high, lower low, closing underneath the downtrend line. All right, but technically it's in an uptrend. Again, they got over the top of these two peaks right here, so they made a higher high. So XLF in an uptrend, but closing underneath bearish trap underneath 17 and underneath the downtrend line right there, XLF, but still in an uptrend. All right, let's take a look at IYT. All right, this is transports. Transports will be in a downtrend till they take out. See this red doji cross right there? As soon as they take that out, that's an uptrend. All right. We had some false data a couple days ago and had a spike candle that went up over that. But then they've corrected it. So IYT still in a downtrend. All right. Yesterday's price action, outside day, higher high, lower low, closing under bearish cross underneath the 17 EMA. So IYT in a downtrend, XLF uptrend, SMH uptrend. All right. But here's the big one. It's the IWM, okay? So the IWM is the small caps and mid caps, still in a downtrend. All right, so need that IWM to turn around. We could get a nice rally. Not to say we won't get a nice pop today. Could be coming. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I really do think it's going to happen. The market's kind of gearing up and jacked up to have that pop. So we'll see what happens. There's IYT. So there's the transports, still in a downtrend. The other two of the Trinity, which are the SMH and the XLF, are in uptrends right now. Okay, so there's IYT. Let's go take a look at the economic calendar. And that's right here. All right, here's prior highs. Here's our downtrend. That was nice when we had the downtrend. And during this downtrend is probably going to be some of that GDP economic data measuring the GDP, gross domestic product, for this time right here. This would be last month. All right, so here is the dollar is in an uptrend. We have been in an uptrend since we broke this lower high on the way down. Since we broke that, we've been in an uptrend. Here's the 200 SMA on the daily chart. You can see price action got underneath it, consolidated for 3 days, and instead of breaking down after consolidating for 3 days, they reversed. They couldn't quite hold it. All right, so they're back up over the 200. Not only get over the back up over the 200, but they made a new higher high up here, and then they pulled all the way back to the 200 and ripped to another new high. All right, so dollar in an uptrend. All right, making higher lows right here and higher highs. So dollar's in an uptrend. Now we like a weak dollar because it makes our goods and services cheaper when we convert our currency or foreign currency to our currency. So we can get paid, because we want to be paid in dollars, not rubles or won or yen or whatever. So when the conversion rate is high, that means it takes more foreign currency to pay the bill. All right, they tend not to buy our products. Okay, so that's why we want a weak dollar. Okay, Max Payne for today, 545. All right, I think we're already there. Yeah, we're at 545 right now, so that's kind of irrelevant. Put to call ratio, yeah, 1 and almost a quarter put for each call, so I don't see a put squeeze coming on either. I think it's going to be, this is all regarding the options that expire today, so I don't see a put squeeze, and we're already at Max Payne, so I don't see any play here on the Max Payne chart. All right, let's take a look at the economic calendar. All right, today is the main event, GDP, 8:30. A lot of data coming out at 8:30. Durable goods, 8:30. GDP, 8:30. International trade in goods, 8:30. Jobless claims, 8:30. Corporate profits, 8:30. Retail inventories, 8:30. Wholesale inventories, 8:30. And pending home sales at 10. And a gas report at 10:30, like there is almost every Thursday at 10:30. Okay, tomorrow, again, the main event this week is GDP at 8:30, which is 9 minutes. Okay, tomorrow, personal income and outlays, 8:30, Chicago PMI, 945, consumer sentiment at 10, Fed speaker, and then a rig count like there is every Friday. There's a rig count. Farm prices at 3. That's new. They don't usually have that every Friday. And this is the first Friday I've seen it. All right, so GDP, 8:30. That's the one that's coming today in 8 minutes. All right, let's take a look at earnings. Nike's going to report after the close, $143 billion. Again, we got some familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets. Nike should have an impact on the retail sector. It's going to be tough going up against Amazon. Amazon's in an uptrend. I'm sure the retail sector is in an uptrend. I don't care what Nike reports. I think the retail sector is probably heavily weighted and is going to continue on the same path as Amazon. By the way, Costco and some of the other big boys also moving up as well. On what else do I want? I did Max Payne. I did the economic calendar. Let's go look at a few other days. Okay. Coca-Cola. Okay, all these guys, see the dashes? All right, they're all still looking for their P&Ls so they can announce, all right? They might not have completed them yet. All right, it's a long process. Doing a P&L. I don't know if you've ever done one before. There's a lot of... They're not easy, okay? So I'm sure their accountants are probably under pressure because they want to report. But you can see all of these. Again, none of them are going to move the markets. They're all small caps. For the most part, but they are familiar names. There's a few in there. Okay, so they're all still looking for P&Ls right there or waiting for them to be completed. Okay, so again, here's some more. See them? They don't even know what time they're going to announce. They're all just dashes. And some more, see? So I guess that's the end of earnings season for this summer or the early summer. Then comes late summer when we start to kick it off again in August. I think we kick off some financials in August. We'll see what happens. But there we are with the earnings calendar. So earnings aren't going to be an issue for the rest of the week here. We'll see what happens next week. It doesn't look like next week is going to be affected, a contributing factor to the market, but we'll see what happens. All right, so that's it, traders. All right, 8:30. All right, I'm telling you, I'm expecting a pop up over anchored VWAP as soon as they announce. probably a rip down and then a quick rip and then an even more powerful rip up to start moving back towards those prior highs at 450. All right, so that's what I am expecting. Again, I don't always get what I expect, but I'm looking for probably that to happen. And the market has pretty much liked the economic data. Now, I don't expect GDP to be fantastic, okay? But I do expect it to probably be close to in line with consensus. And again, anything up over 2.5 or 3 is good. All right, so if you get up over 2.5 or 3, that's good. If we get 4 or 5, that's awesome. All right, so we'll see what happens. So that's it for me. I'll be back at 9:15, and we'll start the market off. Thank you all for being here. Hey, good morning, Gilbert. All right, so that's it. I'll see y'all in about 45 minutes.